everyone, good morning. After a couple of days of not doing anything on the truck, I'm back out here this morning. I had to take a little break. I wasn't feeling well. We had a pretty massive rainstorm system come through, and I had sinus headache, like just the pounding in my head. I went through the exact same thing last year when we were here, when we had a really heavy storm system come through. I think it must be because we spend time out in the really dry areas of the country. And even though I was born and raised here in this area, I come back here because now this is 2 summers in a row that this has happened to me. When we get a big massive storm, my head feels like it's just gonna blow up. I mean, the pressure and the pounding and Let me give you a look at where I left off. So this is the backside mount that I put in. So this is screwed, into the floor of the cabinet. And then these are for the hold downs, the battery hold downs. I've got 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you remember I talked about the cables that couldn't be replaced, right? Because they were super long and super big. Well, here's one of them. This goes in through the wall right there. And the other one is this one here that comes in. So this goes all the way up to the driver's seat. 4/0 cable to this fuse. And then this is now going to go up to the bus bar. So this used to come down and attach right to the batteries right down here. But I'm going to have the bus bar up here on the wall. So I was going to make all my connections kind of go up like this and feed off of that same bus bar. So this cable has to stay, and this one can't be remade. Well, they could, but it would be a couple of $100, and I really don't want to do that. So it wasn't just as easy as throwing 4 batteries where there used to be 2. Quite a lot of pieces and bits and parts. So right now what I'm going to do is bring out the back 2 batteries and lay them in here, and then we're going to go from there. We're going to see how they position out and move forward. Lefty had his vet appointment yesterday. He got his vaccine shots for the year and a Benadryl shot because he's had allergic reactions to them. So he was all loopy yesterday, and once I finally got him to unwind, he slept like most of the afternoon and then all through the night and into the morning. So I know that Benadryl kind of knocked him out. I hate doing that, but I'd rather that than him have an allergic reaction to the vaccines. Big day today, right? We're going to be working on getting these batteries finally installed in here. I had some of you in the comments say that you have spent more time planning out the layout of your electrical system than like any other part of doing your build on your rig, so you understood what I was going through. So some of the challenge that I faced was using the existing items and incorporating them into the new items. This might not seem like a big deal, but it's about having good cables that aren't crisscrossing each other, positive, negative, that aren't going to be moving in any way, with vibrations and road travel and all that. Ideally, utilizing some of my existing cables that I already had, which I've been able to do. This is one I had already. This obviously I already had. So these little short pieces have been able to save me, making up more 4/0 pieces of cable. So I'm one step closer. I went and just found 4 perfect length screws to attach this to the wall. It came with bolts and nuts, but I'm not putting nuts behind this piece of wood. I'm just going to screw it in with these 4 screws. I'm going to get this mounted up to the wall. Then my next step is getting this fuse mounted. This is a big honker. This is what goes to my inverter. I've just got to keep this moving forward, or I'm never going to get it done. I just keep second guessing myself. So I'm out here today just working on this and trying to get as much of it buttoned up today as I can. Hello, are you out here to help me? That's a good boy. We had a nice time at the PARK this morning. Really nice time. Several dogs there that he got to play with. Did a lot of running, a lot of watering, because the creek is very deep over there. We've been getting rain every day, but I think maybe today we're going to be clear all day. Can I help you with something? What is it? What are you talking about? You want to come over here and lay in the grass? You want to come by me and lay in the grass? Excuse me? I didn't catch that. English. English. That's what I thought. What are you huffing and puffing about? What? I don't know what that means. Excuse me, sir. English. Okay. Come over and lay in the grass. It's nice and cool right here in the shade. So that's on, that's on. That's gonna be straight down. So now I've got to see, I believe that this cable can be reused to come from my front battery negative, which is right about here, and go right over to my shunt. So to this negative post. Oh yeah, I got plenty of room. Look at this. Perfect. Yeah, I am gonna have to make it, but I have this piece. I've been carrying this around for years. So it's gonna go from there and then out here to the inverter, so it's plenty long enough. I'll have to size it once I get the... See, I can't make those last two connections till I have the shelf in and the inverter installed. Then I can make my negative to the inverter, and the positive is going to be this one. So I'm going to end up having to make, it looks like, just this one negative cable. This one I'm reusing to feed the shunt. This one I'm just going to have to cut to length and crimp. And I think that's it for 4/0. Jeez. Hey, brother. Hey, why are you being so loud? Come on. It's enough. Okay. Okay. Alright, I finally have to make a 4/0 cable. So this is going to be my inverter cable. It's going to go from the bus bar to the inverter. It looks like it's going to be just about this long too, and that's good because this is the only piece I have of 4/0 black. Alright, so let me figure out what my strip back's going to be. It's going to be different than the 2/0 lug, I'm guessing. Yeah, it's longer. So I'm going to need to strip back, it looks like a full inch of insulation. So let's go ahead and get this ripping. So we're getting really close. I did find, I ordered that brass bolt for the shunt off of McMaster Car. It'll be here in 2 days, or 3 days, I'm sorry. So I was able to order that. Ended up being like a $10 bolt. It's brass. You know, it's a specialty bolt. That's not something you can go and pick up at Lowe's or Home Depot. And I cannot find the original one. I have looked and looked and looked. Who knows what I did with it 4 years ago. I got to switch over the crimper. Yeah, I got to put the 4/0 die in here. So this is really simple. You just pull out this cross bolt. It's got threaded rings on both sides, so you just pull that out and there the dies slide right out. And now I'll put the new ones in for the different size here. For the 4/0, you put the pin back through and thread this back on. There, now we're ready for 4/0, 4/0. Alright, so I've got the lug in there. This stuff is so heavy. That looks like it. That's a tough one. Just gotta hope we can get it out of here. There we go. That got my adrenaline going. More so, I think, than the pushing. It's just my adrenaline, because I didn't want to bung it up. And it's on there. So now we'll get our heat shrink. Oh, by the way, if any of you are ever looking for the tools and stuff that I use, go over to our Amazon lists. This is on there. There's like 5 different lists. One of them is truck, motorcycle, and tools. Health and cuisine, which is kitchen, cooking, clothing kind of stuff. Lefty's gear, like his harness and his leashes and all that, his snacks. So if you're interested in anything you ever see me using, go over to our Amazon list, and if you click our links and buy something over there, we do get some commission, and it really helps us out. There we go. That's my first 4/0 cable in many, many years. So I do have to order a longer piece of 2-gauge black to come out of the charge controller. I have 3 feet and I need more like 5 feet. So I've got to order a piece and some 5/16 2-gauge lugs. I don't have any of those, so I've got to go sit down when we're done out here and order that stuff ASAP. That's the last things that I'll need to order. I kid you not. We're done buying stuff for this project. Oh my gosh. Let me give you a look at how far we've gotten today. So you can see we've made some progress. So that board is up on the wall. Got 6 screws holding it in. Positive feed comes off of here to the shutoff, from the shutoff to the bus bar, from the bus bar, this fuse, then out to the inverter, from the bus bar to this fuse, which goes inside to the 12-volt cabinet. Coming out of the charge controller, here's our red positive to a breaker, and then this is going to go straight across. I need the 5/16 lugs for this. I have the 2-gauge red, but I need the 5/16 lugs. So this will go straight across to the bus bar. This red for the battery monitor, this has to go over to this bus bar, and then this to the shunt comes down to the batteries. This is going to connect to the battery that's not sitting here right now, like right in that location. So I've got to order the black that comes out of the charge controller, because it's got to come out of there and make it all the way over to this bus bar. That's all I can do today, but none of this was done this morning, so I got quite a bit finished. Hello. I have been out here for a couple hours doing some tidying with the wiring. Just putting some, like clamps to hold, like this is my big negative cable here. And even though, it's not like critical, I've put a couple of hold downs on there. And now what I'm going to do, I pulled the batteries back out. I'm going to line this up exactly so that I get the cleats on this one in line with the cleats on the back one. And then I can get this attached. So this actually will sit right about there. And I checked, and the doors close and they don't touch the bracket. So, you know, better than they used to be. And in between the batteries, you see the bulge where the handle holder is? Those two butt up against each other. So it leaves about an inch of air in between the batteries here in the middle. And then they have this raised ridge here, so when they're up against each other this way, front to back, there is some air passage in there. It's better than they used to be. With the chins were straight up and down, and my Renogy gel batteries were definitely flat-sided. They had no air going around them, and both the chins and my gels were pushed right up against the back wall and were pushed, you know, the door basically kissed them when the door shut, so they had no air going around them. So this is a lot improved. I've got air in the back, air on the end, air on the end, air in between, and air in between that way. So much, much better. I'm waiting on parts. I told you I had to order a piece of 2-gauge black and some 2-gauge lugs, 5/16 post. So I'm waiting on those. They'll be here in 2 days. And I also, I think I talked about it, I had to find the matching brass bolt for the shunt here. So that's coming from McMaster Car. So that's where I am at right now. I'm just getting these, I want to get the battery hold downs in place, then put the batteries back in for the final time, put the strap hold downs over them, and move forward from that. So I know there's a lot of you that are, I always say the 6 of you that are interested in this kind of stuff, and the rest of you are probably sleeping right now. So I'm going to just keep going on here and get these battery straps finished up, get the cleats on this front hold down here, and get these batteries mounted in here permanently finally. Alright, I'll show you what I just got done. So I've got this front bracket in here now. So now I've got these cleats that are going to be attached down, and I've got them obviously lined up with the ones that are already attached back there. Get these cleats zipped in. You know what? First I'm going to put 2 of the batteries back in and make sure that I have this in the right position before I go ahead and zip these cleats in. That sounds smart, right? Otherwise I got to take it all back apart.
That's it. Done.
Look at that. I did it. It's perfect. Oh, thank goodness. That fits really well. Okay, now I can put the cleats and then start my straps back there and then put the batteries in. So I got to take these back out again. So that's done. Now I'm going to get the strap kit so we can feed them through the back brackets. Then we can put the batteries back in again. So these are battery hold down strap kits. I made my own version of this exact same thing, and that's what I've used for the last 4 years to hold my batteries down. And now I'm doubling up what I had before, so I'm pretty confident I'm going to be okay. I found these, and it's just a little bit more refined version of what I was already using. So, kind of slide these out of the way. And I'll trim off this excess here. Oh yeah, yep, they are not gonna budge. All right. Oh. One more. Come on, baby. There. Oh. Whew. Okay, red can go to there, black goes to there. Boy. See, I just had a twinge of nerves because it's getting close to the time where we're actually going to start connecting everything up here. Here we can get a look at it. So you can see we're getting close. Those batteries are secured. I've got the bracket on the end, front, back, this end. Batteries are cinched down. Today's Sunday. Wait until Tuesday for the last piece of black cable to show up and some lugs. And then it's going to be time to finish. You know, this was like a big project. You'd think you take 2 batteries out, you replace them with 4. And then I went deeper, and then I went deeper, and then I went deeper, and now I ended up, it turned into a bigger project than I originally envisioned. But I wanted to do it right. You know, I'm messing around with a lot of power here, and I can't be taking shortcuts. I'm happy that I was able to reuse a lot of the old cables that I had, and I have leftover 2-watt cable for anybody on the road that needs a battery cable made, and lugs, and the crimper, and the cutter. So I can be a cable maker now. I think I'm going to end the video here. We've got 2 more days till the last couple of pieces, the wire and the lug, show up, and I'll catch you all up after that, and we should be dang near done by then. Everybody take care, be safe. We'll see y'all again really soon. So Mom just came out to test fit her new top that she made for Lefty's bed, and as soon as we got it on there, he walked over here and look it. So he likes it.
Oh, I gotta put the binding on.
So this is UV resistant fabric, is that right?
Is.
Yeah. And you got, so you're doing
Waterproof.
that waterproof.
I gotta put the binding on.
Yeah. It fits
And
good.
put the
Velcros?
Velcro on.
Yeah. Yeah, there's Velcro on the underside of here that once you got it on, you just kind of like that. Well, it looks perfect. He likes it.
I guess.
Look at that. He's going to go right to sleep. And then next is the big chair. If you all remember, this got really badly sun beat, and so we're going to try to make a new bottom for it out of that same fabric and see if we can get another season out of it. I'm sure we will, because this was not cheap. This is a really good chair, and it's important to Lefty in his life. As you all know, he lays in this thing every day. But if it comes out as good as the bed, we're in good shape.